Hey, g'day everyone. It's Paula O'Sullivan here, and today's conversation really is about mindset. And I had such a fascinating example. Last night, I started to get, we've had our kids inside. We've really been trying to lock ourselves down to make sure we don't, spread the coronavirus, and that's super important. It really, really is right now. Last night, though, I started to kind of get these feelings of cabin fever. Like I felt the need to just get out and about. And this is really fascinating for me because I'm someone who, funnily enough, is quite a massive introvert. So home is a refuge for me. I really love being at home. I love cooking. I love being here. I love books and hanging out with my daughter and doing all of those really lovely things. And yes, I do like getting out and about, but it's not something that I don't need to be out all the time. And so, I thought, I'm a massive introvert. I'm gonna do this lockdown, and it's gonna be amazing. And it's gonna be so fun, and I'll be happy here at home. But as I started to get these kind of feeling, this cabin fever, really, just this need to get out, it was so interesting because last night I didn't sleep very well. I was tossing and turning, and I got up this morning and thought, you know what? I wonder where this is coming from. So I just sat with it and kind of let it percolate and do its thing in my brain. And what was really coming up for me was this: because I was not allowed to go outside, I was not allowed to do the thing. I wanted to do the thing. That you know, for those of us that when you tell them not to do something, what do? They want to go and do the thing. Don't eat chocolate. They want to eat chocolate. Don't poke your head in that. They want to poke their head in that. So it was a really, really fascinating that no matter how old you are, if you tell someone they can't do something, then they want to go and do it. So instead, what did I do? Well, I took myself out very, very, very early this morning with no one around. I hopped in my car, I drove to a local park, I got some fresh air, I got some sunshine, and I did it by myself and got out for a minutes. And so the lesson in this for me, and this is the lesson in this for all of, this is what I want to share with you, is mindset matters. It really, really matters. We are not positive, like we are not happy-go-lucky 100% of the time, because that'd just be weird, right? That'd just be, that's never ever going to happen. If someone pretends to be, well, I just don't believe it, quite frankly. A very, very smart friend of mine says, well, you can't have the mountains in your life without experiencing the valleys. It's so true. But here's the kicker. Here's the thing. If you're in those valleys, what is it that you can do to get yourself out? What is it that you can do? So focusing on action. So looking at how I was feeling this thing that was very new to me, because I do not get cabin fever at all, very, very rarely. But I explored it, I sat with it, I thought, hang on a sec, what's this that's going on? So really not being afraid to confront what's going on for you, because as soon as you do that, you really start to understand where it's coming from, and then you can act. So then understanding where it came from, jumping in the car, taking a very small, and in this environment, a very safe action. So making sure I had gloves, making sure I had a mask, making sure I had my hand sanitizer, making sure I was by myself, and I had a very wide berth of anyone that was coming anywhere near me. So making sure that even though I was going outside for a walk, I did it very, very safely. And so this mindset, it's so amazing how our mind just plays tricks on us all the time. Because, even though I was getting cabin fever and all this was going on, what it really just said to me is, you know what, just go outside and get some fresh air. That happened. I felt 1,000 times better, and then I could just get on with my day. So, you know, there are many, many applications in this one particular lesson. There are so many other areas in our lives that we can look at. Well, if we're not feeling great about something, then what can we do? if we're not feeling great about, there's so much, the world is not normal right now. It just isn't. And we need to say that. And it's okay to say that. So if the world's not normal right now, what is it that you can do? So we have to be at home. We have to work from home unless you're an essential service. We are having our kids at home with us. We're doing home, we're doing, I would call it distance education, not homeschooling necessarily. We're having to restructure our routines and our lives around something that we have no control over whatsoever. But here's where we do have control. We have control of our thoughts, we have control of our responses, and we have control over the actions that we can do to change what's going on for us in what's showing up for us in that moment where we're not feeling that great. So what I guess kind of the bigger thing that you can extrapolate this out to really is, well, you know what, I'm feeling really scared because, I might lose my job. I'm feeling really scared because my small business is about to collapse. I'm feeling really scared because, and that's totally valid because it's happening to many, 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 many people. What is it that you can do? What is it absolutely that you can do? So the response that a lot of people are doing, particularly in the business sense, is they're making massive pivots to going online. So instead of just having a brick and mortar store, because in Australia, in New South Wales, from midnight to night our time, that's it. We're not going to, unless it's a grocery store, we're not going into shops, we're not going into bars, we're not going into clubs, we can't even go to the movies. Everything has been cancelled, but it's the in-person stuff that's been cancelled. Everything's going online. And so what's going to happen? People are going to be sitting at home. They're going to be bored. They're going to be frustrated. They're not going to be able to spend their money on the experiences that they normally would. And they're going to be looking for stuff. So we're going to be at home. We're going to be on our phones more. We're going to be on our computers more. Where's the opportunity around this? So for you, if you are looking to pivot, if you are looking to move yourself from something that is dependent on your hours and that is dependent on your location, what can you pivot into? What can you change this into? So instead of thinking that, you need to go back to a job or you need to go back to a business, I mean, eventually, you still have to bring money in and that's really important. But what is it that you could work towards so that you don't need to worry or you don't need to worry about where you're actually located? So if you're thinking about doing something online, if you want to build something online, if you want to build residual income so that you future-proof yourself, even beyond the coronavirus, if we do go into a recession, you want to make sure that you still have income coming in. So if you are looking for something that is residual income based, it's going to require you to do work because as much as someone says you can get rich quick and sit on your backside all day, that ain't going to work either because that's just a load of BS. But if you're willing to put the work in and you do want to work with someone like me or, one of my business partners, I'm putting a link. I'm putting a link that is with this video. So have a click on it. Have a look around. If it looks like it's something for you, great. If it's not, that's okay too. But make sure that you have a think about this, not from a place of fear, but a place of, I want to do something proactive and I want to do something that actually secures my future. So that is my short, well, hopefully short message for you today. Stay safe. Let me know how you're coping. And if you've got any particular strategies that you want to share, I'd be really keen to hear about those as well. And I will catch you in a video very soon. Have a good afternoon.